Four Leaves. I represent Ball-Lid Records, Kalichi Level Entertainment, in collaboration with BLE, that's Borderline Entertainment. I'm from Flint, Michigan, but I'm a mutt, you know what I mean? If you ask me what side of town I'm from, man, I'm from all sides, yo.
Everywhere. All right, so how has the underground inspired you to be where you are?
Yo, it's everything, really, man. From the time I started listening to music, it wasn't really mainstream. It was like artists like the Dayton Family, which became mainstream, and they was a hometown type of group. So it was like, okay, that's something that I really was like into at the time. And then Esham, cats like Nodis, you know what I'm saying? His whole camp, you know what I mean? That was cool too, you feel me? Blade Icewood,
all right.
R.I.P., you know what I'm saying?
I got
it down in the deep, you feel me?
I got one more question for you, and it's probably my favorite one.
What's up?
What's your favorite moment at a show?
My favorite moment at a show is the anticipation of the crowd.
I mean, specific show.
Favorite
moment.
My favorite moment is my first ever show. It was a 94.3 King of the Week show at Kettering. This was back when the radio station was popping. The mic went out, and I just dropped it and kept the fucking show still going. And I damn near passed out at the time because it was my first show. I didn't know how to breathe and all that shit. So that was my favorite fucking moment of the show, though.
Hell yeah. Well, so how can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, 4_Leaves. You can find me on Instagram, 4Leaves 810. You can find me on Facebook at KLE4Leaves. 4Leaves on YouTube, 4 Leaves, no space in between, because if you put a space in between, you won't find me.
Alright, so who are you? Where are you from?
They call me Lunchbox, and I'm from Central Michigan. Currently reside in Mount Pleasant, but man, I'm from everywhere, bro. I've lived everywhere from Marquette down near Chicago, so
that's what's up.
I spent the most time in Flint and Mount Pleasant.
So how has the underground inspired you?
Man, in a lot of ways, I guess. For me, an underground is a lot of things. It's not just the artist; it's the fan base. Like the underground fan base is a lot different than, the mainstream fan. Mainstream fan base is all about this flash, but the underground seems like super faithful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to have a fair few thousand people around the world that listen to my shit, and we're very underground. You know what I mean? So it's it could be better, I think the underground community could, but as far as what it is, it's inspired me a lot to just do anything the way I see it.
What's your favorite moment that ever happened at a show?
My favorite moment of one of my shows?
Even if you geeked out on who you're opening up for, anything.
I guess recently I had a pretty cool moment where I was this was last year, I was in Grady's in Detroit, and I opened up for Light from Psychopathic, and he ended up going ham over my set, and we ended up doing hanging out and taking some pictures afterwards. So I mean, that was cool. That was just recent. That's just something I could think of right off rip. But if I had to give it any moment at any show, it's probably any time my fans recite the lyrics back.
Okay.
To me, that's ultimate, y'all been paying attention, you're really here with me type shit.
So where can we find you?
You can find me on any streaming platform from Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, literally any of them, Amazon, all that shit. You can find me on all them. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram at LB Raps. You can find me on Facebook at This Is LB Music, or just search Lunchbox Music on Google.
And Lunchbox has 3 X's?
Yep, capital L, capital B, 3 X's, Lunchbox Music. You'll find me on everything. It's not that hard. I think you got it.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Anytime, my man.
So, who are you and where are you from?
My name is Dur Madoff, aka Silent Boy Dur, aka Tree Many Styles. I was born South Macomb Hospital. I'm originally from South Warren. Grew up out by Battle Creek, on and off, in Detroit and shit, Warren area.
So, how has the underground inspired you to be where you at?
Just seeing everybody on the grind and seeing everybody else out chasing the same dream that I've struggled with myself to take seriously for so long. You believe in your own craft, but you struggle to chase a dream that's near impossible to catch. But when you see everybody else out doing the same thing, and you're constantly shaking hands and rubbing elbows with other people that are just like you and just out there on the grind and not giving up on their dream, it inspires you to do
Big
to
things.
do you. It put you into another gear almost.
So I got one more question for you. What was your favorite moment at a show ever?
Oh, that's kind of a tough one because I've had a few really dope moments, like surprise, wasn't expected type stuff. But I think really the dopest moment was the first time me and Silent Boy Kinfolk was performing No One Like Me. And there's just a part in the hook where I say no. And we both looked at each other and just hit the same kind of lean and said no, like unplanned.
This
And
choreography almost.
And we've tried to do it after that in timing, and we can't get it right. Like we can't get it like that first time happened. It was just unplanned. It happened.
Hell
And
yeah.
It just that's the type of memories that stick with you.
Well, there's a better one than most. So hey, so where can we find you at?
Right now you can find me on SoundCloud and Reverb, Dirt Made Off, YouTube as well, Dirt Made Off, Facebook page, Dirt Made Off.
Well, thank you for coming through with us, man.
Dirt with a Y, DYRTMADOFF. A lot of people misspell it. It's all right. I understand. I'm confusing sometimes. I know.
Who are you and where are you from?
Silent Boy Kinfolk, 1/3 of the rap group. Them Silent Boys consist of Silent Boy B, Silent Boy Kinfolk, which is myself, and Silent Boy Strick. We based out of Michigan. There's 3 of us, like I said, we based out of Michigan. There's Mount Pleasant, Saginaw, and Flint.
So how has the underground inspired you?
The underground has inspired me in such ways because I live a lot of the stuff that the underground talk about. I've been there, I've done it, I've seen it, and I can relate to a lot of it, you know what I mean? So it really kind of hit my soul.
Who inspired you?
Dayton family.
Nice.
Dayton family.
Okay, I fuck with it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, all right.
Being the Flintstone, you know what I mean?
Flintstone, okay. All right, so my last question is probably the most important question. What's your favorite moment you ever had at a show?
Man, my favorite moment
Top.
since I've been performing?
Yep, top moment.
Okay, I have to say my birthday party last year when I had Ira Dorsey come out and perform, and not only did he let me pick the songs he performed, he let me perform them with him.
Oh shit.
So it was kind of like I was his hype man all night, and it was just like I felt like, yeah, man, I felt famous, like for real famous. It was a great night. Probably the best thing that I've done since I've been performing.
Fuck yeah.
Hands
So
down.
where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, all
name
major
it.
platforms pretty much, man. You just go and search them Silent Boys, and you'll see us.
So, who are you and where are you from?
Hello, I'm Stony Ocean. I'm from Michigan. I kind of just say Michigan because I grew up in Flint, Pontiac, Rochester, been in Detroit, so it's kind of all over. I'm universal.
Okay, so how has the underground inspired you and who's your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper would be Tupac.
Nice.
That would be my inspiration. I started writing when I was really young, about 9 years old, and my inspiration was to be a writer. So
You were influenced by
I was
something.
influenced by his
That
words.
poetry.
That poetry that
Yeah.
Tupac was spitting. So
Okay.
I had to get right into his mind and get into my mind, and that's how everything came about.
All right, so what is your favorite moment you ever had at a show?
My favorite moment.
I
would go
it's a boggler.
Well, I did get to perform in New York one time, and in Brooklyn. That was a really good show, and
With Roots.
it was really a good show because it was sponsored by Hot 97, and it was at the top. It was the first time I performed really high in a spot, really,
Nice.
at the top of the building. But I
You
ended
got a
up,
lot of love, obviously.
Yes, they showed love, and I ended up winning an interview spot, and
Nice.
in the back they recorded video interview, and then a little spot on Hot 97 where they played my single for a minute.
That's a
So-
solid memory.
So that was very good. That was a good memory.
So how can we find you? Where can we find you?
You can find me at StonyOcean.com, YouTube Stony Ocean, Spotify, Apple, everything Stony Ocean.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, T. Chastain,
Yep.
who are you? Where are you from?
T. Chastain, Tyler Chastain, from Harrison, Michigan. Originally from Oregon. Shout out Oregon. Well, that's the origin, and I make hip hop music.
All right, well, how does the underground inspired you?
what has inspired me is the community around it, the people in it, all the artists, producers I've got to work with and collaborate with, and also the venues. The venues are amazing. Always showing major love for all the artists and even just getting us out here. And I'd really say that's it.
What's your favorite moment of the show?
My favorite moment at a show would be me and my friends, 4 of my friends. I had poofy hair, I had a king hat on. You can find this on YouTube. Old track, it's old. So really just 4 friends, a camera from a phone recording me, rapping my song called Mom Gone. Now it's remastered, redone on all platforms, called Gone Since '05. But I think I was like the beginning of like where everything kind of started for me, because it was a personal subject, and I just kind of got the momentum to do shows. And I say the biggest moment at a show for me is always leaving the crowd in awe. They don't even know. They ain't even ready.
Who would you say is your favorite rapper?
Favorite rapper?
It's okay. Surprise one.
That's tough. I love a lot of mainstream artists, and I love all
right,
old artists.
Fine, then we'll simple it down. How about this? You're stranded on an island for the rest of your life with one album.
One album. What am I gonna listen to?
Yep.
Luca Brasi 2.
Bam. All right, so who are our, where can we find you?
You can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, everything, T-Chasteen. I'm on all platforms, all that. And you can check me out.
Hey,
My Chapter to Life, that's the album. Check it.
Hey, well, thank you for joining us. The man Saint B. So, what up, though? Who are you? Where you from?
My name is Saint B. I'm from this little town of Harrison, but I represent the whole fucking Murder Men.
That's what's up. So, how's the underground game inspired you?
I mean, I've been to a lot of shows. I've only been doing this shit for 2 years, and I've met some real fucking lyricists, so much so that I started promoting my own shows, not only to give myself a head advance, but to get some of these underdogs a chance on stages that they never would have seen before.
All right, for sure. So, what was your favorite moment at a show ever?
I got to meet the person that inspired me to be who I am and trying to cultivate the fucking stage presence I have, the motherfucking man Zitro. I went and seen him at August 21st, Puppet and Singe's birthday bash. It was fucking lit. He had the most vivid performance. Everything he did was flawless, and it just inspired me to go so much further.
And for those who don't know, Zitro is an underground ass artist like us, rocking it. So, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Saint B. That one's a little tricky because a lot of motherfuckers be trying to jack the shit, but if you look at my last name, the last name is Saint Bernard, so I've got that shit embellished. Instagram is real_Saint_B, and SoundCloud, the real Saint B.
For sure. Well, thank you.
No problem.
So what up, though? Who are you and where are you from?
What's up? My name is Tack. Don't ask what my government name is. I'm from Holly, Michigan, but I've been all over from 248 to the 810. Get at me.
For sure. So, how has the underground inspired you?
Oh, shit, man. I grew up listening to Psychopathic Records, ICP, AMB, ABK. Thank God I got to do shows with 2 of those. And then I went to Tech 9, and that taught me the lyricism, the technicality, style, being precise. I went back and listened to the old school underground, you know, EPMD, what KRS-One was doing originally, and that taught me the flow and how to groove.
Hell yeah. So, what was your favorite moment ever at a show?
When I get too hype and I black out. I don't know what I'm doing until the show's done, and I'm like, oh shit, wow, that was hype as fuck.
You just zone out and realize you completed the show.
Yup.
So where can we find you?
You can find me on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud primarily. The label mates all got stuff coming out, and I'm on it.
So who are you? Where are you from?
Yo, I'm Terrence T. Hames. I from Rochester, live in Holly now. Got my my boys close to me, so yeah.
How has the underground game inspired you?
Underground game. I mean, I've been in it for the long haul. Just meeting people. That's exciting. People come up to you, meeting new people. And I mean, it's simple people too, at cities and different venues and different bars and stuff. Just meeting people, the environment, getting to know people, getting to talk to people, and then just being a part of the energy and seeing something grow between all of us, not just me as an artist, but other artists too. Because I see them like at this show, and then like a year later, I'll see the same artist at another show. So that's dope. That's exciting to see them keep going.
That community
inspires me a little bit too,
Hell yeah. So, what was your favorite moment ever at a show?
Favorite moment ever at a show? Man, there's so many dope moments. I've done a couple shows. If I had to pinpoint it down to one show, it wasn't actually me performing. We were opening up for Swifty McVeigh and Obi Trice one night.
I was at that show.
Yeah, you were at that show. So yeah, we were opening up for him, and before everything started or whatever, I came in. Everyone else was outside smoking and chilling and shit. And I got to sit there and I got to see like Obi Trice with his family, just chilling, and just seeing like him as a regular person and all that. And I've seen a bunch of other artists with me working at the Palace and all that, but just seeing that they're normal people, and that it is possible for you to make something out of nothing.
Fuck yeah.
It's like opening a door in your mind. So I'm always opening up doors in my mind. So I'm trying out here.
Hell yeah! So where can we find you?
You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, all like the major platforms. Dare to Dream, T Hames. That's how you search it. You can find me on SoundCloud, T Hames, Instagram, T Hames, and then I got my Colors EP coming out September 1st. 5 tracks. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited about that. And this show tonight, man, we're out here. So.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you perform tonight.
Yes.
So who are you and where are you from?
What's up? I'm Entei. I'm from Holly, Michigan. I've been out here, doing rap shit for like 2 years, and I hope to go a lot more places, with my craft,
Well, how's the underground inspired you?
Oh man, the thing I like about underground music, and especially like up and coming rappers and like local artists, is that there's no filter. Like nobody's afraid to like be themselves. You know what I'm talking about? Like and there's no limits, you know what I mean, to what you can do with your craft, you know what I mean. And so that's always inspired me in my music, and it makes me not afraid to say whatever the fuck I want.
Fuck
like
yeah.
on my tracks, so.
So what was your favorite moment ever at a show?
Man.
It's always a hard one.
Yeah. I would have to say my favorite moment was we were at home. Yeah, we were in Holly. We were doing a show, and we were just killing shit. We were getting super hype. We were trying to get the crowd hype, and somebody was getting so hype that they threw like an entire like glass or like cup of like water like ice like straight at my face. Like,
cool off, motherfucker.
Yeah, at first I was like, yo, what the fuck? But it wasn't even because they were just so
hype.
They were so hype they had to do that shit. So I always thought that was kind of tight. You know what I mean? I love the crowd interacting and shit. So.
Hell yeah. So shit, where can we find you at?
You can find all my music right now on SoundCloud, Entei, Endtay. I have my one single PS2 controllers on all platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play.
Hell yeah.
Check that shit out.
For sure. I'm looking forward to see you perform tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, bro.
My fucking hat.
So who are you and where are you from?
My name is Ian Hamlet, aka Old Man Evil. I was born in Detroit. I'm motherfucking from Flint.
Alright, so how has the underground inspired you to be here?
The underground?
Yep.
The underground is everything to me, man. The underground is like where real talent resides, man. Where you don't have to pay a big dollar to see a fancy motherfucker. Where you can come and just be yourself, and the underground is where it's at, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm the king of the underground, but I reside in the underground.
Well, I mean, such as this show, we're doing this for your boy Marty, man. We trying to get the books up.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the underground love right there. You know, that's
I mean,
what inspires everybody, that's in this kind of game to keep pushing it. So, what's your favorite moments at a show, man?
Oh shit, man. I mean,
we went over this roughly, but
yeah, and I talked about that show a little bit about the one with the fireworks, or whatever. But seeing my daughter out in the crowd, you know what I mean? Seeing her dad do her thing.
Yeah.
I love that. It's absolutely amazing to me because I get to pass that on to the next generation.
Well, we appreciate you letting us get in here with you and doing this.
I mean, just having, the support that I had tonight was amazing, man. I mean, I had so much love out there tonight.
I mean, we got the food truck. We got the buds on deck. We got the dabberoos.
Yeah, I mean, we do it right.
Yeah.
We do it big, we do it right.
That's that Michigan shit right there.
Yeah.
Well, this is Evil Lee, and we can find you on...
Oh, man, Old Man Evil, all over Google. I'm on Amazon, I'm on Spotify, I'm on iTunes, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Pandora, Deezer, Apple Music, Google Play, the whole works. I mean, I'm all the way out there, Definitely Google Old Man Evil. The new album, Unseasonably Awkward, is getting a little steam now, man. It's doing good, but check it out, man. It's a real nice collection of genres. It's real dope album.
Well, thank you for participating, and we honor you for all the years that you put in.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much, man. All I gotta say is bearded weirdos.
Hey.